Akshay Kumar, and you are listening to me on Radio Deportees with Altu Baba and Altu Nine, where entertainment keeps getting hotter.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this show do not necessarily reflect those of the staff or management of Radio Bodies. The content broadcast of this show is meant for informational and entertainment purposes only.
जब हमारे परिवार के बुजुर्गों की सेहत और देखभाल की बात होती है तो घर पर इन होम केयर वाला ऑप्शन सबसे बढ़िया है। ऑनलॉक का पेस प्रोग्राम एक ऐसा कन्वीनियंट एंड पर्सनलाइज्ड ऑप्शन है जिसके जरिए हमारे बुजुर्ग घर पर हमारे साथ रहकर यही देखभाल और सेवा का लाभ उठा सकते हैं। अब चाहे वो घर पर रहे या ऑनलॉक वाले पेस सेंटर में आए, उनको वही डेडिकेटेड एंड प्रोफेशनल केयर मिलेगी। ऑनलॉक ने बुजुर्गों की सेहत और जानने के लिए 1855-308-0195 पे कॉल करें। That's 1855-308-0195.
Top of the morning, Bay, with Morning Bay.
Get to know about the traffic on your way and what's news around the world today. Oh, and a song to hum along with and sway.
Get your perfect entertaining start to the day.
At 9 a.m. every weekday morning with
Mahima's
Good Morning Bay.
Hi guys, this is Shraddha and you're listening to Radio The Hottie, where the entertainment gets hotter.
Top of the morning, Bay, with Good Morning Bay.
Get to know about the traffic on your way and what's news around the world today.
Some wisdom skills along the way.
Oh, and a song to hum along with and sway.
Get your perfect entertaining start to the day.
At 9 a.m. every weekday morning with
Mahima's
Good Morning Bay.
Good morning, Bay. आप सभी लोगों तरफ से एक प्यार भरा नमस्ते,
नमस्कार,
नमस्कारा,
वणक्कम,
खुशामदीद,
अस्सलाम वालेकुम,
सत श्री अकाल,
मीगंद्रकी वंदनमु,
जय स्वामी नारायण,
जय श्री कृष्ण,
जय जिनेन्द्र।
हमारे इस्माइली भाई बंधुओं को बोलते हैं याली मदद,
मोला अली मदद बोलते हुए सारे फीजे मदद बोल के नीसा बुला बरजान। हम आ गए हैं आपके प्यारे महिमा के द्वारे। मैं सिर्फ आलतू बाबा
and of course myself Altu Rani लेकर आपके लिए को drive time that's gonna make it totally exciting and totally mastani, and oh my god, the
end of November.
Whoa, forget November, end of the holidays. And holidays.
No, it's not the end of the holidays. We got
it
2 more
is-
weeks.
Yes. What?
Yeah.
2 more weeks after this?
2 more weeks later, we got more holidays.
Yeah, 2 more weeks. That's the second round of holidays, Fatwani. But
Yeah.
first of all, this round of holidays we got to recover from, Arjan, because we got a new name to be cautious about. That's what Biden says, and not to be concerned about, not to be panicking about.
The Omicron.
Omicron, Rajan. Yes, Rajan, we've been reading a lot about this, and we get some information about you guys for sure. For you guys, let you know whether you got to be really concerned about it or not, whether it's going to help you to have a booster shot. Well, the CDC is telling that a booster shot will definitely help you, is what they're saying. Well, that's more of them like saying, ha, lilo, anyways, lilo, ek aur aane ke baad mein.
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to say, Brijan. But what the Omicron is, everything you get to know on our news segment coming up in a few minutes. Brijan, उससे पहले let's go see what's happening in the roads. रस्ते का हाल आपको हम लोग देते हैं सस्ते में.
It's time for the Bandu Traffic Update. Call us from wherever you are at 408-912-2479.
Well, Brijan, the roads are clear, like how Falco already said. People still are in the vacation mood, I suppose, or just getting back. And you know what happens, right? People go for vacations. They have this checklist format, Brijan. They gotta go check everything. Reach the place 2, reach the place 3, reach the place 4, and all the stuff. And then, Falco, you were saying something?
No, Alta Baba, it's because people are so worried of the fear of, it's like the
No, I don't think so. Of fear of missing out, really?
Yeah.
Of what?
Like, okay, you know what? I might not have enough time. I need to go see this place, and I need to go see another place, right?
No, you just see what you are going to see. That's all. Don't worry about anything else. But that's why I say, Father, that actually adds on to stress. When you have the FOMO kind of concept, right? Oh, fear of missing out. I got to see everything before I go, whatever it is, right? But the point is, Balanjan, I'm trying to say that, we are added to all the stress. We also have the Omicron stress coming up, right? Were people concerned about it? I doubt it. But the point was, people are going to come back. They're going to get stressed out going for vacation. They come back and they need one more day to recover from vacation also. So probably that's what's happening on the roads as well. There's not much of traffic on the roads right now, except for an incident happening in Hayward area, actually, which is the right lane is blocked over there in the shoulder on 880 southbound entering at Tennyson Road. So watch out for that particular incident. Otherwise, all the other freeways are moving smoothly. A little bit of congestion on 80 bridge, but that's about it. Weather-wise, if you look at it, weather is going to be awesome. That's how it's perfect. It's not too cold, not too hot. Perfect weather. Sunny day all through. You know what? The whole week is going to be nice and sunny, Faltwani.
Oh, really?
We're not going to have any kind of clouds all week. It's going to be blue skies and cold weather. Yes, cold matlab is going to be like low 40, 50, I think high,
my God.
upper 40s, 48, 49. Yeah, but it's going to be hotter 71 degrees. Pleasant, Faltwani.
Which is great. Yay!
It's great. Well, right now, Maja, it's time for us to go take a look at what's happening in the news. Faltwani, come on, tell us what's happening in the news. People are waiting raring to go on. Like, oh my God, tell me more.
The World Health Organization said on Monday that the Omicron coronavirus variant carried a very high risk of infection surges as more countries closed their borders, reviving fears over economic recovery from the 2-year pandemic. Airlines were scrambling to limit the impact of the variant on their networks, while delays in bookings threatened an already fragile recovery for global tourism. But shares in airlines bounced back with the rest of the market on Monday after a sharp sell-off on Friday as hopes grew that the variant might prove to be milder than they initially feared. The WHO advised its 194 member nations that any surge in infections could have severe consequences. That said, no deaths have yet been linked to the new variant. Omicron has an unprecedented number of spike mutations, some of which are concerning for the potential impact on the trajectory of the pandemic, the WHO said. Now, you know what that spike protein is, right? That's the one that actually goes in and then replicates within your human body. So that's the one that causes the problem. So you need to make sure this particular variant is supposed to be high potency spike protein, supposedly. President Joe Biden is urging Americans to mask up indoors and says that the Omicron is going to be appearing sooner or later in the United States. And he says that his administration is bracing for the new COVID-19 variant Omicron to appear in the country. In fact, Anthony Fauci is actually going ahead and saying that it's already in the country, and definitely to mask up and be precautious to get vaccines, and at the same time, if you're already vaccinated and you're eligible for a booster shot, please go ahead and get a booster shot, is what they're saying. The jury has been selected on Monday morning in the sex abuse trial of Ghislaine Maxwell, who is accused of recruiting and grooming underage girls for late financier Jeffrey Epstein to abuse. U.S. prosecutors have said that between 1994 and 2004, Maxwell, a former employee and romantic partner of Epstein's, gained the girls' trust by taking them to the movies, sending them gifts such as lingerie, and discussing sexual topics, according to a 2021 indictment. Maxwell, who is 59 years old, has pleaded not guilty to 8 charges of sex trafficking and other crimes, including 2 counts of perjury that will be tried at a later date. The British socialite, who appeared in court wearing a white face mask amid the COVID-19 pandemic, faces up to 80 years in prison if convicted on all counts. 12 jurors and 6 alternates were selected on Monday to hear the case, which is expected to last 6 weeks. Opening statements are set to begin later on Monday. And speaking of people associated with Jeffrey Epstein, let's go and talk a little bit about Donald Trump and his associates. Former U.S. Defense Secretary Mark Esper on Sunday filed a lawsuit against the Department of Defense for withholding parts of a memoir about the time he spent in the administration of Donald Trump. The book, A Sacred Oath, sheds light on events that occurred during the second half of Trump's presidency, Esper said. The department arbitrarily redacted the manuscript after he submitted it to the DoD officials for review, he said in a statement. Significant text is being improperly withheld from publication under the guise of classification. The withheld text is crucial to telling important stories discussed in the manuscript, Esper's lawsuit filed in a federal court said. Esper served as Trump's defense secretary from June 2019 to November 2020, when he was fired over a range of differences on policy issues. They included Esper's public opposition to Trump's threats to use active duty military forces to suppress street protests over racial injustice after police killed George Floyd in Minneapolis. The DoD has not responded to news reporters for a request for comment. In the Bay Area, Banajan state health officials are said that they are watching for the Omicron variant of the COVID-19 virus and are stepping up vaccination and booster efforts. California is closely monitoring the Omicron variant, which has not yet arrived in California or the U.S. Dr. Thomas Aragon, director of the California Department of Public Health, said on Sunday. Vaccines are the best way to protect against serious illness from COVID-19 and its variants, he also mentioned. A former San Jose daycare worker has been arrested in the sexual assault of a child under 14 years of age. San Jose police arrested a 62-year-old former daycare worker on suspicion of sexual assault of a child under age 14 over a period of 9 years, and they believe that there could be more victims. Julio Cesar Carrasco Diaz of San Jose was booked into the Santa Clara County Jail on felony charges of lewd or lascivious acts on a child under 14, police said. Carrasco Diaz has worked at a licensed daycare facility in the 1000 block of McGuinness Avenue. According to the police, the victim reported being assaulted by the suspect at the daycare facility and told police multiple assaults occurred from 2011 to 2019. Police believe that there could be more victims of Carrasco Diaz's because of his employment status at the time of the abuse. Gas prices level off in the Bay Area but are inching upward across the state of California. According to figures shared on Monday by the American Automobile Association, the national average for a gallon of regular gas is $3.394. Down from $3.40 on Monday, November 24th. 1 month ago, the national average was only $3.40, and 1 year ago, it was $2.12. AAA officials said recent fluctuations in the price of crude oil have helped stabilize and put downward pressure on prices. Average prices in much of the Bay Area changed only slightly from a week ago, going up or down a fraction of a cent in most areas, according to the figures from AAA. However, in the Bay Area, average prices are 15 to 20 cents higher than in the statewide average. In San Francisco, San Mateo, Napa, and Sonoma counties, average prices range from 6 to 8 cents above the state average. In Contra Costa, Vista, Alameda, Santa Clara, and Santa Cruz County, where while Solano is right at the California average. And you know what the California average is, Altibaba?
What is it?
It's around $4.71. And it was just $4.58 a week ago. A year ago. You remember that spate of robberies where people have been storming different stores? Well, Antioch police are saying that 4 hammer-wielding people ran into a Walgreens at 3416 Deer Valley Road on Saturday night and ransacked the cosmetics section, smashing locked plexiglass cases and stealing approximately $2,400 worth of products. No injuries were reported. The 4 suspects remain at large. These are people who are running into these stores with huge hammers and then trying to do away with all the stuff. That's pretty much what we had in national news and in local news. Do we have a Ganika Kira before we go into the world news, or should we cover?
Well, we can directly jump into the world news, Fatwani, and then sign off with the Ganika Kira. How about that?
Sure thing. Well, Iran is playing hardball as nuclear talks with world powers have resumed. Breakthrough hopes are dim as Iran sticks to a tough stance, and no way to a new deal unless all sanctions are dropped against them, is what Iran is saying. The West is fearing that Iran is advancing towards nuclear bomb capability with their uranium reserves, and then ready to ramp up pressure on Iran if talks fail, is what the Biden administration is saying at this particular point in time. And the 2015 deal completely unraveled after Donald Trump withdrew the US in 2018. Sweden's first female premier, you remember we talked about her, Magdalena Andersson. She apparently quit amid political turmoil and jostling ahead of elections, but has been reappointed on Monday, and she has returned. Lawmakers narrowly elected her premier for the second time in less than a week after she set out plans for a minority government made up of only her Social Democrats. The former finance minister had won a similar vote on Wednesday, but threw in the towel hours later after a junior coalition partner left the government after a lost budget vote. Castro, okay, in Cuba, Banajan, no, this is not in Cuba actually. Honduras's leftist politician, Xiomara Castro, who is on track to being the first female president of the Central American nation, doesn't shy away from making history. In 2009, she catapulted herself into the helm of a protest movement after her husband, former President Manuel Zelaya, was ousted by a military coup which pitched Honduras into crisis. The Liberty and Refoundation Party emerged out of this movement, and after Sunday's elections, it was slated to break a century-long run of governments formed from one of 2 parties. And Castro, who is 62, looks set for a landslide victory that would bring an end to 12 years of Conservative National Party rule, which is marred by corruption, allegations of the president's links to drug trafficking, and an exodus of migrants. And she has said she is going to turn things around. Tonight's the night as Barbados is preparing to remove Britain's Queen Elizabeth as head of state and become a republic, as it severes its imperial ties to some of 400 years after English ships first reached the Caribbean island. Prince Charles arrived on Sunday to join the inauguration of President-elect Sandra Mason in replacement of Queen Elizabeth, a move by Barbados to shed the final vestiges of a colonial system that once spanned the globe. In news from India, well, this is good news in a way because an Indian CEO is taking over another big company. Because Twitter Inc.'s Chief Executive Officer Jack Dorsey will step down from his role, and Chief Technology Officer Parag Agarwal will become his successor, Twitter announced on Monday. Dorsey's departure marks the end of his second CEO stint at the social networking site, and he leaves at a time when Twitter has made headlines for its renewed pace of product launches after years of criticism that the site had fallen behind larger rivals like Facebook and new social media apps such as TikTok in innovation. Despite the quickened pace of the new feature, shares of Twitter have slumped in the recent months, adding pressure on Dorsey to end his unusual arrangement of being CEO of two companies. He is stepping down now because he feels confident about his successor and will focus on payments processing firm Square and other pursuits such as philanthropy, a source familiar with the matter has told Reuters. But who is Parag Agarwal? Well, he is an IIT Bombay alumnus, and he is taking over as Twitter CEO after Dorsey's exit. Yet another major tech company, global tech company, will be headed by an executive of Indian origin. Dorsey himself confirmed the transition after hours of raging speculation that he was being ousted by the Twitter board. He said, "I've decided to leave Twitter because the company is ready to move on from its founders. The board ran a rigorous process considering all options and unanimously appointed Parag. He has been my choice for some time, given how deeply he understands the company and its needs," he said in a message to Twitter staff. Parag has been behind every crucial, critical decision that has helped turn this company around. He's curious, probing, rational, creative, demanding, self-aware, and humble. He leads with heart and soul and is someone I learn from daily. My trust in him as our CEO is bone deep, is what he said. But in his tweet, he said, "Not sure if anyone heard, but I resigned from Twitter." That's what he claimed. Agarwal, who graduated from IIT Mumbai before earning a PhD in computer science from Stanford University, has worked in Microsoft, Yahoo, and AT&T Labs before joining Twitter in 2011. In other news from India, Banujan, some states should be more apprehensive, especially with this Omicron variant of the coronavirus. They're saying that conversation is India in the danger zone? Because you remember how the Delta around the same time last year just wreaked havoc in India? Well, not much is known exactly about the real world impact of the Omicron virus, but people are saying that certain states in India should be worried, especially where the vaccination rates are not very high, and that is states like Jharkhand, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Punjab, and West Bengal, because partially vaccinated people are lesser than 50% in these states, and fully vaccinated are lesser than 30% in most of these states. Medium to low risk are Karnataka, Delhi, Tamil Nadu, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, and Gujarat. And also, if you have family in India, please urge them to get vaccinated, Banujan, because people are getting the COVID virus even after full vaccination. Right, Alto? So it's important to get vaccinated there as well. And the Indian Parliament passed the bill to repeal 3 farm laws via voice vote on Monday, the first day of the winter season. Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar placed the Farm Laws Repeal Bill 2021 in Lok Sabha. Congress leader Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary demanded a discussion on the bill, but was disallowed by Speaker Om Birla. The single bill was introduced to repeal the 3 laws: the Farmers' Produce, Trade and Commerce Act 2020, the Farmers Empowerment and Protection Agreement of Price Assurance, Farmers Services Act 2020, and the Essential Commodities Amendment Act in 2020 as well. All these have been put in for a repeal, and the bill was passed via voice vote amid sloganeering by opposition MPs. And in some news from Bollywood, Kangana Ranaut has dropped a cryptic post hinting at a heartbreak. तेरे लिए हम है जिए कितने सितम हम पे सनम. ऐसे करके कुछ, she has put down something at a heartbreak.
Is a new movie coming up?
I have no idea.
Probably.
And of course, Salman Khan has spent some time at the Sabarmati Ashram in Gujarat as he was promoting Antim, the Final Truth, the movie that just came out. So if you'd like to catch up on all of this and more, you can go to mediamahima.com.
By the way, Antim also is not an original script, by the way.
Really?
It's a copy of a Marathi movie.
Really?
We should bring back our show and talk about all these things.
Yeah, well, let's do that.
Yeah.
Vortex plots.
Vortex plots.
That's all we have time for right now, but we'll see you soon. Tonight, live at 5 on the Pam Pam Show. Till then, have yourselves a magnificent Monday.
Energetic Monday Banjan song from this movie, Uri. And this is a case voice you can recognize. Fatani, who's it is?
The Love Mendi.
Yeah.
तू तो टोके वो काफी झुके जरा भी रुकेगी ना पर इनकलाबी मन है राजी डरना क्यों अब अपनी बारी मार ही लेंगे अब तो बाजी
जगह लिख गया नई कहानी जगह लिख गया
Hi guys, this is Rajya. Radio the entertainment gets hot.
है फतेह करके सुरमा सुरमा कमाने है जम्मिया एक सुरमा 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 सुरमा